Hey, Austin Hilton here, and in this video we're going to be talking about a pretty hot company that is being discussed here on YouTube and all of social media. It's a company called Bionano Genomics, stock symbol BNGO. If you're not familiar with it, this is one that's kind of interesting, and in this video I'm going to be talking about kind of the bullish consensus and the bearish consensus around this stock. I'm going to give you a couple of other additional ideas if you're looking at wanting to invest in this particular sector. I'm going to give you two other stocks that you can look at investing as well as I'm going to give you three ETF funds that if you're looking for maybe a little bit more risk minimization and not putting all your money in Bionano, then you can maybe look at putting a little bit of money in these particular ETF funds as well. So overall, I'm going to give you a consensus of that. I think that there is opportunity in this stock, absolutely. They're about to release their earnings coming up on March 23rd, and I think there's going to be a lot of volatility around Bionano until that time. And so what you might want to do is, if you're not in this particular stock yet, you might want to wait till the earnings come out and see kind of what happens from there and then take a buy position there. I've got an idea of what your target number should be if you're looking at getting into this stock, and we'll talk about that in a minute when we go do some analysis and kind of look at some information I found for you. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. So hopefully you'll stick around and you'll enjoy it because I got some cool stuff for you. As always, remember that this video is for entertainment purposes only. And if you're brand new, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit that bell notification. I'm here every day working in the trenches for you, bringing you these videos. And I have really one simple goal. That is to help you grow your stock portfolio and make better stock decisions and help guide you and maybe bring some stocks to your attention that you may not even know about. I bring you these videos every single day. Please like this video if you could. That helps this video dramatically with the whole YouTube ranking thing, as well. It helps my channel out, helps me get the word out to more people. So just hit that little like notification if you get value out of the stock. So with that said, get value out of this video. I'm always doing that. Anyway, let's go take a look at what I've got for you today. Here we go. So as you can see, I've got a really pretty cool article for you today. I spend a ton of time over on Investor Place. I think they're one of the best news-related article websites on the internet. If you haven't ever checked them out, go check them out. No affiliate links or anything. Just go check them out and just go see what you got. So basically, here's what I want to talk to you about Bionano. So I think they're going to be volatile prior to Q4 earnings. Obviously, that's what this article states. Their earnings are coming out on March 23rd, and so I think we're going to see it kind of move around a little bit as far as what the stock is doing. Right now, the stock is trading in around the $9 range. And, there are analysts that are predicting and projecting that this stock is going to be a $14 plus stock. In fact, I'll show you that real quickly. Let's go look at tip ranks and go look at BNGO. And you can see that the analysts are saying that this particular stock is going to be a $14.33 stock within approximately 12 months. That represents a 55% upside. Again, hey, put some... However you feel about analysts, it's up to you, right? Don't shoot the messenger. Excuse me. Don't shoot the messenger. I wanted to just kind of make you aware that the analysts that think that this is going to be a strong buy again, but it's only here's what I would say. I played devil's advocate here a little bit. There's only 3 analysts really covering this at this point in time. So again, kind of take it with a grain of salt, right? But that's what the analysts are saying. But let's go back and kind of look. So I think that there could be potential profit taking, and if it was me looking to put some money in the stock, I'd probably wait till after the earnings call, again, March 23rd, okay? So if you haven't really been following this particular stock, it's definitely had a roller coaster ride in recent weeks. It finished 2028 at 308, February 16th, which is when a lot of these stocks, when I do a lot of these analysts, man, around that February, early February timeframe, man, a lot of stocks hit their highs. It hit a record high of 1569, and as of March 5th, went down. Of course, the March 5th is kind of that March 5th, March 8th timeframe is when the Nasdaq and kind of bottomed out for its 3-4 plus. I call it the red run, when it was just kind of bleeding every single day. It so bottomed there, and now it's back up around $9. Okay, so that's where it's approximately trading at right now. So why is this a hot stock? Well, it's hot because they've got some very interesting technology. COVID-19, they've got some technology related to testing around the COVID-19 marketplace. Again, I'm going to show you here in a minute kind of what do they do if you're not familiar with them. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. I promised you two other companies, and I haven't done videos on these guys. And honestly, cards on the table, I haven't looked at these particular stocks as of yet. And I am going to look at these two guys and see if it's worth me doing a video for you guys. And that would be two other stocks in this marketplace are Illumina. Stock symbol ILM right here, and Pacific Biosciences of California, stock symbol PACB. Take a look at those if you want to, maybe as just an aside. I'm going to look at them and see if there's enough interest, maybe to doing a video for you for those guys. Okay, but that's two other stocks that you could look at if you're looking at, hey, maybe this one Bionano is not quite. You're not feeling it. Again, we got a little bullish and bearish sentiment around this particular stock right now. Again, I think it's partly because of us running up to earnings releases approximately March 23rd. So these are two stocks you might want to take a look at. Again, this kind of value add for you coming in and checking out the video. All right. So let's do this real quickly. Bionano, I've already said this. They're going to release Q4 and full year results on March 23rd. Obviously, they're on a fiscal calendar. And right here, if you are not a shareholder, you might want to wait until you can analyze the metrics to be released in the coming days. I think, again, if it was me, kind of like if you were my brother or my sister, I'd put my arm around you and go, hey, you might want to kind of wait just a little bit. If you're already a current investor in this, that's cool. I believe in investing for the long term. I think that long term, this is a stock that could potentially go up. Remember, the analysts do like it. There's a lot of positive sentiment around it, but there is some negative sentiment around it as well. So it's just kind of volatile right now. Okay. So here's what to expect from Q4 earnings. So before we kind of really do get into that, let's talk about real quickly what their products are. Okay. So they basically have a system. Their main product is a system called Sapphire. Hope I'm saying that right. Sapphire system. It's a platform to analyze the long segments of genomic DNA. I have no idea what that is. I'm obviously know what DNA is, right? But its other products include proprietary nano channel chips, imaging instruments, lab equipment, as well as software. And right here, it is a small company with a market cap right now of $1.7 billion. I believe our 52-week high for this product, for this stock is, what is our 52-week high? Let's go look real quickly. Charts. 52-week high is, I thought I was right. It's 1569. I was going to say that, but I want to make sure I had that right. So right now we're trading at about, middle, kind of a little bit above middle of what we hit around the 52-week high. Okay. Again, I do know what DNA is, but I don't. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not in this particular market, but I think that everything I'm reading is they've got some pretty cool technology. In January, the company showcased technologies related to several cancer types, autism spectrum, as well as COVID-19. Its scientists have been looking at why certain patients might suffer coronavirus symptoms more longer than others. As a result, the market took interest in the BNGO stock, right? Okay, here we go. Here's the numbers. In the third quarter, Bionano reported losses of $10.8 million. In the first 3 quarters of 2020, sales declined on a year-over-year basis. Now, they are saying that decline was really due to COVID-19. That's really kind of what they're laying it at. So it's kind of let's wait and see maybe what the earnings were. Its price to sales ratio stands at 93.9x. Again, most established biopharma names have PS ratios lower. Okay, again, it's kind of why I wanted to give you go look at maybe a couple of these other guys if you want. Illumina, Pacific Biosciences to kind of see. Cards on the table, full disclosure, I haven't looked at those. I don't know what their PS ratios are, anything like that myself, but you can take a look at that. And again, I'm going to look at those two stocks, see if there's enough interest in doing video for you guys. Okay. Right here. So Bionano's been out raising money. So in recent months, they've had 2 offerings to raise about $330 million. So they've been raising cash. They've received that cash, obviously. But here, management estimates the potential market reach of the Sapphire platform alone could be eventually worth $2.6 to $3.8 billion. Okay, that's what they're saying it is. Now, that's a forward-looking statement without a lot of data to back it up, but that's what they're saying. Okay, so here's the thing. I like this little paragraph right here. Look, when we compared their estimate with the current market cap, basically is the momentum and is it already built into the stock price as it is right now, right? Are the recent gains in the BNGO stock kind of Are they basically, hey, the potential is already built into the price of the stock, right? If you look at remember what the analyst said, they think it's going to be a $14+ stock in 12 months. Here's what I would say: if you're looking at, you're just like, I got to get into this. I got to get into this Austin. If you want to get in before the earnings March 23rd because you think there might be a surprise there, or they might be killing it with their number, then again, I would maybe take a bullish position if you so chose. Put in some stop losses just to make sure you don't dramatically lose that investment. I wouldn't go sell the house and mortgage the house and give up the kids' college fund to put money in this particular one per se. I wouldn't recommend that anyway, but you get my point, right? So let's continue on. So here's the bottom line. So, I think that this genomic research market is a hot market. In this biopharma market. I think that this could continue to gain momentum. Here's the issue. The BNGO stock has got to sustain the buzz. For them to be able to sustain the buzz and recent run up in the price, they need sustained growth. They're going to have to show revenue growth. Okay, they're going to have to show that, hey, look, we're coming back from the COVID-19 thing. And management's going to have to chart a course for the company's development, right? And they're going to have to give some guidance, and maybe they're going to do that on this call on March 23rd. They're going to have to do that, or the hype around the stock is going to die down, and it's just going to go down. They're going to have to become profitable soon. Okay, that's just straight. That just is what it is. Or they're going to need to raise more cash, and if that do that, then it's going to mean interest servicing. Or they might have to have more offerings to raise capital, things like that. They're going to then obviously, again, it's always like if they do one thing, it's going to offset, right? If they do more offerings to raise capital, it's going to dilute the share price. Potential shareholders would need to look at revenue and other fundamental metrics of the company carefully. So here's the thing, and I've said this, and here's where we're going to apologize, and here's where we're going to come. I think right here, and I'm agreeing with this particular article and this particular author, is that investors with paper profits may want to decrease their positions in BNGO stock prior to March 23rd earnings release to minimize your risk. If your portfolios allows you to invest in a risky but potentially explosive biotech, you might consider building a position around $7 or below. So here's the thing: if the stock run up to the March 23rd call, when they announce earnings, if that stock dips below, say, $7 before that run up, you might want to consider taking a position in that, and or if it, depending upon what the call happens, if let's say it dips down lower than that, and if you want to take a very bullish position and invest in the long term after the earnings report, depending upon what they have to say, I think $6 to $7 is your strike point, probably more around your strike point leading up to the analyst call. And then after that, it's kind of determined on what they reveal in the analyst call, there. Then lastly, before I move off and we have a couple final words, is that if you're looking at, you want to get into some biotech, markets without investing in individual stocks. I thought this was a great ending to this article. Was you can look at buying some ETFs. I'm a huge believer in ETFs. I actually am in this particular one, the ARC Genomic Revolution ETF. The reason is I'm a huge fan of ARC. I'm a huge fan of Kathy Wood and her team. So I actually have a little bit of money in this particular one. I have quite a bit of money in ETFs. I'm a huge fan of ETFs. Okay, so that's one ETF. Ticker symbol is ARKJ. Then there's another one called the Global X Genomics Biotechnology ETF, ticker symbol GNOM. And then there's one called the iShares Genomics Immunology and Healthcare ETF. Say that really fast. Ticker symbol IDNA. So you might want to take a look at those ETFs. If you're looking at wanting to park some cash, park some money in the biotech, but not looking at individual stocks, you might want to look at some of those ETFs. So a few final words here. Basically, I think that this is a scenario where you might, depending upon if you are currently in the stock or not. If you're not in the stock yet, if you're looking at maybe getting into it, I would potentially wait until they have their earnings released on March 23rd. If you are just hot and you want to get into this stock, I would look at maybe watching the stock and looking to buy at that $7 range. It's currently trading at around $9 just to get a better strike price, right, in their scenario. And then ultimately, dependent upon your strategy long term, dependent upon what happens with the earnings call, if you're looking to invest in the long term, we know that the analysts are saying this is a $14 to $15 stock. Whether you put credence in analysts or not, there was only 3 that were covering it, which is a little mild point of concern for me. It's not like there's 20 plus, covering it. I think this is a scenario where you just wait to see kind of what the earnings are going to do and then kind of go forward from there. I think that they're, like we talked about, their PS ratio is really, really high. They need to improve profitability they need to improve sales. They need to show a track record of sales coming back. After the COVID-19, I think management, again, the article talked about management's got to really chart a course forward. I think that there's some credence to that. But, ultimately, depending upon kind of your objective and kind of where you're at, you may want to look at buying in those particular levels that I've already mentioned. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Didn't give you a real straightforward, hey, buy at this price, but I think it's that $7 range if you're looking at wanting to get into this stock before the earnings call. Other than that, wait until the earnings call, see how the dust settles, see what happens, and just see overall if you think it's right for you. Go check out those other stocks that I gave you that were in the article, and I'll go look at them as well. If I think there's enough interest and enough demand, I will look at maybe doing some videos for those particular stocks as well to see kind of if those look good or better related to a biotech, some biotech plays. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Again, subscribe to the channel, become part of the community. Please drop a like on this video. Doesn't hurt you. Just hit that little like button. It helps me, helps the channel out if you got value out of this video. Take care.